It's a sector that's growing, that's dynamic, but also that faces huge challenges. The entire media faces huge challenges. The independent sector, in some ways, is in a position to exploit gaps in the market. We know that you're nimble, you're fast-moving, you're innovative, and we want to celebrate that today.
I think when it comes to partisanship and bias, I think I'm much more concerned by the sort of the bias which is just going on under the surface, and the sort of lack of awareness of it, or bias which is produced by who's paying you, or who your advertisers are.
The way we choose news stories, the way news editors sift and decide which are the biggest stories, drives this partisanship and this polarisation.
I think we should stop obsessing about what is a journalist. I think we should be much more thoughtful about what is journalism. There are millions of people out there committing brilliant acts of journalism who are not conventional journalists.
Like in the last year, I've spoken to lots of the sectors like healthcare and transport and finance, and none of them really have the power of the people here. Because I think the thing that isn't happening, that journalism could play more of a role in, is the shining a light.
Because I can't think of any other reason why journalism should survive. If we can't say we're better than the internet, then we don't deserve to survive. If we can't say we're serving a public interest, or that we are better and more rigorous at sifting falsehood from facts, then why should journalism survive?
What I found is that people don't necessarily come to you because you're just digital, like say they would do for Facebook. They come to you because of your reputation, because they knew you do something for the right reasons, and you're most of the time accurate, or you try to be as accurate as possible and fair.
Our aim from the beginning was about plugging gaps, and like Ali said, we don't see ourselves in opposition to the mainstream media. We see ourselves as very complementary.
We have a network now of several hundred people who are involved in that one way or another, and weekly vote on, give their views on our stories, give us feedback on editorial, and give us story leads.
Finding a space. Malaysia Kini, it's a Malaysian site, has crowdfunded its bricks, so it asked its readers to buy a brick, and they literally built their newsroom upwards from that. So this is both, so as a kind of place to welcome readers, it's literally the reader's room, but it's also very practical. So I think these news sites around the world are very, very impressive, and I think we can learn a lot from them. Because they can take nothing for granted, not even the ground they stand on.
So don't focus on what you're doing, do it well, and the quality of work and the quality of the sector will speak for itself. And we're seeing that at the moment with more people turning more towards local news. There's a growth in the sector. There's more local news publishers are turning back into print, because there's this kind of real want and a need and an appetite for local news, because it's more trusted and you kind of know what you're getting.
Data journalism up to this point has always been about telling national stories, but national stories are really meaningless in a way. They don't affect people's lives. And what we have been talking about today, trust, engagement, the problem of money, the problem of engaging the public. I mean, all of that, partisanship, all of that is solved if we had a really strong local press.